States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do you have any goal on payment?
Melissa at Horizon, that was through the electronics in order to.
Anybody else have anything? Anything? Clay? And Neil?
As you got the pins, I wish they were a little larger, but apparently that's all they could afford. So the summit was entertaining. My first one, that's probably why it was more entertaining than I expected. The event was a lot more discussion than I had anticipated. SEAC, from its founding 20 years ago, has always been focused on providing the training to the municipalities and then letting us train our own people. So providing leadership in that area, also doing the ethics, I forgot the name of the document, what was it? Candidates for jobs, ethical commitments.
Yeah, it's like.
The ethics pledge, thank you. A question was raised from the floor during the Q&A session. Would SEAC be open to providing administration for municipalities for handling their complaints? And pretty much that was shut down simply because that's not something that the founders and the current leadership thinks that they should be involved in. Interestingly enough, the cities all have ethics boards or commissions that handle the administrative side. When a complaint comes in, it goes to the board or it goes to the commission, and then it gets run through there to its conclusion, whether that's be a ruling or a recommendation to the council. For those towns that I was able to talk to, they didn't have anything like that. So the strong recommendation in answer to that question was, if you don't have a board or a commission dedicated to handling those administrative issues, that you probably should have a process, form and function to be able to deal with that. And I apologize, I don't know if we do or not, but that's just the recommendation that came out, strongly endorsed by all of the attendees as well. And other than that, I wish the pins were a little larger, but that's it.
No, thanks for the pins. Thank you. Thank you. Alright. Shem, do we have an engineer on? Oh, okay. I don't know if anybody was on Zoom. Alright, Joe?
The new fee schedule's going into effect November 27th, so that's coming up. And I just had a question. I sent an email out, and I wondered if you guys had had a chance to discuss the imposing of additional civil penalties in regards to 1182 Salt Creek.
Does the Anaya property?
Yes.
Yes.
Have they paid any of the penalties currently? Have you talked to them?
They haven't been in
They're
contact
not responding.
to anything.
Haven't reached out.
I feel like we will never hear from him again.
I feel like it's gonna be more paperwork for you to just keep imposing fines if we are never truly gonna hear from him again.
Well, under IC 36797E, the hearing authority can impose one or more additional civil penalties in the amount not to exceed $5,000 per civil penalty An additional civil penalty may be imposed if the hearing authority finds significant work on the premises to comply with the affirmed order has not been accomplished, and the premises have a negative effect on property value or the quality of life of the surrounding area, or premise require the provisions of services by local government in excess of the services required by ordinary properties.
How often can you assess a penalty?
The hearing authority can assess, I would lay out, is that correct in my interpretation of that? It would be 2 more $5,000 civil penalties for bulletin point number 1 and number 2?
I'd have to look at it. I'm trying to look right now to see if he paid his property taxes.
Okay.
Remind me of the address again.
1182 Salt Creek Road.
So if we add these 2 additional penalties on there and it caps it, well, it stops it at 15, does that cap it at 15? And then we can't go back and do any more, so that's the top that we can do, and then we just go after him and hope for the best to get our 15.
As far as imposing civil penalties, from my understanding, yes, that would be the maximum.
Can they tack it if he did pay his property taxes? Can they put a, is there any way to put?
This would be separate. I'm just wondering if he's kind of given up on the property. It's,
Oh, like if it's.
Oh, like in general?
Maybe he's, yeah.
yeah, it looks like he paid. There's nothing due, so I think he must have paid it.
And we've already imposed a 5,000,
Yes,
so we have 2 more 5,000s that we can
yes.
impose.
But if he's got a mortgage on it, it would have.
It would have automatically paid.
But couldn't,
Yeah, escrow.
wouldn't we put a lien on it? Or couldn't we?
What's that?
I can't imagine he would have a mortgage on that house.
Maybe for the property.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
I'd make a motion to impose another penalty of $5,000.
I'll second that.
Further discussion?
So with that, Joe, will you then impose that and then say to him, if you don't make progress in 30 days, we'll impose another? How will you go? Now, what's your next step?
Well, I have to send it to him by mail,
Sure.
and once he gets that, I'll have a period of time where he can come in and make payments or do something about it, and if he doesn't, then I guess Clay could pursue collections, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do we want to have this $5,000 penalty and then do another one at another time, or do we do them both at this time and then pursue the collection?
If it's possible, I would suggest doing both of them, and the money accumulated eventually from that would just about pay for the demolition.
And that's what I'm thinking of as far as that. I mean,
I'll
Providing
amend
the-
my motion to impose 2 fines.
I'll second that.
Further discussion?
Madam President,
Yes.
are they allowed to do 2 at the same time?
Looks like
Might be
they're for
good.
2 different things.
I just think you should ask Clay's thoughts on it.
Can we approve both of them, but do one now and do another one
Like
in December?
I think.
Like, do we have to have like 30 days in between, or?
But at least to prove it so he's got the authority.
I
For
thought
our
you said
next
it's for
meeting?
2 different things though, right?
That's what
Correct.
that's what the way I'm understanding.
That's what I
is
thought
it's 2
she was
different.
The
saying.
code reads, an additional civil penalty may be imposed if the hearing authority finds that number 1, significant work on the premise to comply with the affirmed order has not been accomplished, and number 2, the premises have a negative effect on the property value or the quality of life of the surrounding area, or the premise require the provision of services by local government in excess of the services required by ordinary properties.
But he can't work on the property because we've already condemned it, right?
Right, but you're saying based on number 1 and number 2.
We condemn the
5,000 is for, the first 5,000 is for the first thing that Joe read, and the second
Right.
5,000
Okay.
is
Right.
for the,
Yeah.
having the negative impact.
So 2 individual fines.
Do you think we should space them out? Like impose one today and then one the next council meeting?
I mean, you can.
Or
but-
state 1 penalty is for this and 1 penalty is for that, to a total of
Yeah.
That way they are two separate, but one motion.
And
I'll
just for
I'll
you-
withdraw my motion then.
So if someone wants to make a new motion to just clarify that one $5,000 fine or penalty is for the first part of what you read, and the second $5,000 fine or penalty is for the second part. And just for your information, I can't tell when the payments were made, but yeah, there's no property taxes due. There was a tax due for the spring of $564 and change, and then there was a delinquent tax and a delinquent penalty, and that appears to have been paid. And then the fall amount due due on Monday, $564.50 was received as well. So currently there's no taxes due for 24, pay 25.
Well, and I'll make a motion of what Clay said. Basically, that Joe give the building commissioner permission to send out 2 fines, one for section 1 and one for section 2, stating to total amount of,
The total amount of this would be 10,000 plus the
10,000.
first 5,000,
Plus
so the
the-
grand total would be 15,000.
which he owes 5,000, so there's
He already
actually
owes that.
three separate things. One's already been served, 2 more are going to be served, which brings the total up to $15,000. And he'll have till the end of the year to pay this. If not, then we can,
Or does it specify?
does it
the-
specify that,
How long they
No.
have to pay?
I mean, this has been going on for years, so I'm just trying to put an end to this somehow.
Yeah.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, sorry. Is there a town code with that would have a different penalty? This is state code.
The town adopted this in its entirety.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the town's unsafe building fund, we basically swallowed
Encapsulated it all.
the state unsafe building code.
And is the motion okay to say 1 and 2, or do you need
1
it?
and 2.
Do you need it stated?
Right, he'll put, yeah, you can give him, they can give him the
The
specifications.
reason why.
The code sections that,
Okay.
So what due date will you put on it? I think it needs to have a,
Is there a restriction on that at all that you're aware of, Clay?
other than what's in. the
Imposing a
code.
civil penalty, like how long he would have to pay that?
I mean, unless there's a restriction in code, I would say 30 days, unless the code gives them longer, but I don't believe that it does. So that way he hasn't paid.
By December 31st.
Yeah, and then you could just.
Actually, it would be December 30 days from today would be
December 12th.
December 12th.
This council meets again on the 10th, so if you wanna have a date in there sometime in December, and then you can direct me in January if you want me to
Assess liens.
pursue liens, litigation, or other collection
Yeah.
efforts.
We'll give them to
So you gotta add a little bit of time for the mail for it to get to him.
so 30 days from the date that you send it out.
Well, I would
30
recommend
days.
specifying an actual date, not saying
Yeah.
30 days.
Okay, that's fine.
Give him an actual.
But is it a certified mail, so he's gonna have the green card, so we're gonna know exactly what day he received it, so what
Yes.
if
Yeah, it has
so you
to,
wouldn't want to be 30 days from the day that he receives the letter.
yeah, it has to be the green certified mail.
yeah, but I think what you're saying is we'll know when he receives it so we can then count 30
So,
days
yeah,
from that.
because
As long as
it's
he
hard to
signs
put a
it.
date on it, yeah, it's hard to
Yeah.
put a date on it,
True.
but you can set that 30 days
you're-
based on,
But you're assuming that he's gonna sign for it.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't,
I'll drive over to his house and deliver it.
no, I don't, is that allowed? I think that might be going a little too,
Yeah, I mean, it's,
I don't think that's allowed. I don't know.
Really? Oh, okay.
I think
Oh,
that's,
Neil?
I have something that maybe, I used to be on the board of a homeowners association over in Illinois. And when we had fine letters and notices, our attorney the firm sent one certified and one US. The certified can come back, the US doesn't, in Illinois it's considered delivered.
Is it considered delivered in Indiana? Because we do that here too.
I mean, that would, not for a lawsuit, if it was a lawsuit, we'd be suing them and serving them by sheriff, and the Lake County Sheriff would deliver it. But I think if you did it that way, you could ensure that he received it.
Okay.
Send it by certified mail, but, you know, give them a date sometime in mid to late December, and then at the January meeting, the council can tell me what you want to do with regards to pursuing the collection of those fines.
Okay, we'll put a specific date on it, Joe, and then if you need to contact me and let me know, and then we'll let Nick know so it can be properly put into the minutes.
Okay, and I'll send it out to
Well,
you before I
We
mail
need to
it.
come up with that date right
We
now.
need to come up with that date now and have it in the minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody said December 31st, I mean, you know, if you presume this letter's out by the end of the week and received sometime next week, but we all know how slow mail is these days, even certified.
Right.
You know, you hope that it gets in before Thanksgiving.
I think December 31st sounds fair.
What day of the week is it?
A Wednesday.
Wednesday.
And I'm here, I don't
But-
see why not.
Bless you.
And the only thing I guess I would ask is, what is the clerk treasurer's office hours on that date?
I see you got holidays in between all there.
And would you just wanna say December 30th?
I would say December 30th for everyone to deal with any holidays or anything that might come up on New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve is a holiday.
So we'll do December 30th.
New Year's Day is a holiday, not
Right.
New Year's
Mhm.
Eve.
New
I'm
Year's
sorry to
New
be
Year's
formal,
Day,
you're amending your
Christmas Day.
motion.
Yes.
New Year's Day, Christmas Day, or New Year's Eve.
Is the clerk treasurer's office normally closed early on New Year's Eve? Does anybody know?
No.
There you go. Yeah. I didn't think.
But I think you have a motion now to have the deadline of date to be December 30th.
Correct.
Tony, are you seconding that amended motion?
Sure, second. Roll call please.
Councilwoman Biancardi,
Yes.
Councilman McGraw,
Yes.
Councilwoman Draves,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
and Councilwoman McCarthy.
Yes.
While we're on that topic, the October lien list, sorry it's late to be delivered, I was waiting on some information for the second one. So there's two here,
Is this in the
this,
computer?
it is,
I don't need a copy of this.
But thank you.
sorry,
Oh, you're fine. Learning curve for all of us.
there's two
I
on
mean,
here.
I still printed some.
One is for $250, one is for $23.55. So I just need a motion to approve going to file these.
What's for the,
Should there be
What
a
was-
third?
That's what I was just wondering.
What's on the list? I don't see it.
Pass it
I
down,
thought, I
Joe.
think there was an email asking
Yes.
for a third.
Third, yeah,
one to
there was
be
a third
added.
one that Joe had discussed.
I have Sisk and Belsha.
Yeah, I sent an email out and I was trying to get clarification on 301 Melton Road. I issued an order to repair and rehabilitate under the IC code for the unsafe building code, and
I know.
it was supposed to be paid by November 10th for $2,500 and it was not. Under that, can we put a lien on that property, Clay?
Did I get this email?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't recall it, I have to dig through my
Okay.
numerous inbox emails.
I think we can, because I had sent you, there was no precedent for an order to repair and rehabilitate. So I had to draft something and I sent it to you and asked if it was okay, and you said yeah. And it mentioned in there about placing a lien on it if, compliance wasn't met and the fine wasn't paid.
So I replied to the email, like, I'm just not remembering it as I sit here.
Okay. Yeah, it was 301 Melton Road.
Sending it to you.
You,
I just
you
forwarded
sent
it
it
to
yesterday, but he's not on it.
I just forwarded it to you.
Okay. You
So
sent
you
Nick,
just sent
Maddie,
this
town council, and
yesterday.
Lori.
No, this was a couple weeks ago, I sent it to Clay.
Okay, well, I know from personal experience, good luck finding him.
Well, I did find him, and we have the green certified mailers signed and returned.
Not finding me, so finding the property owner. Okay.
No,
I just wanted to clarify.
not finding you, finding the property owner. The property owner, because I know the business he used to own and he owes lots and lots of money up here to multiple people.
Like I said, we have 2 certified mailers signed and returned.
.301 Melton you're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah, November 11th. Is when he sent it to both Nick and Maddie and the council.
Yeah, yesterday.
To be put on,
But there was, well, he didn't add anything other, I believe there was one before that.
so then why not, if it was sent yesterday, it goes on next month?
And in theory, it'd be in November.
Yeah.
Do you wanna be in the business of putting a lien on something where they're a day late?
There's one on here for $23.55. Have we notified them that it's only $23.55 to pay?
Andrew Belsha,
Yeah.
This is the one Brandon it was 1 hour of time to mow. That was it.
What's it cost to file a lien?
that's,
It doesn't cost
Oh, I
us anything, cause
They
we're,
pay the $5, it gets added.
yeah, it gets added, so
Is
the
that for the
government entity doesn't have.
it's
to-
the $23, but there's also the $50 violation ticket that was not paid. It should be added.
And we notified the Belshas.
Yeah.
so
Um,
23 plus 50.
How many
I'm
times?
seeing a discrepancy in this, with the owner, being listed as Thaddeus Lennon Jr. for that residence. And he actually came in the other day and said he was gonna bring a payment several days ago and then never did.
Yeah, I don't think that was, that,
So I'm not
I mean,
sure on
I don't-
on
I
that.
pulled it off the GIS.
maybe the address is incorrect. I just,
When did you check it on GIS then?
Yesterday.
Okay. Maybe it's possible that he sold it. I
did
think
we
so.
write the address down wrong? Possibility, maybe, could be.
No, it's 268 Lake Park Road.
But even still though, are you saying that dollar amount is wrong? It should be,
Yes.
an
Should-
add a
should-
50.
There should be a $50 violation ticket that he did not pay.
Sorry,
And it's that.
I'm not gonna say go ahead and put a lien on this property when we don't even know the owner's name, if it's correct or if the address is correct.
I'll have to confirm, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not, I just don't wanna say, I don't think that that's correct. Just leave it at that. I know that those 2 names, I know where those 2 homes are, I know where the home is that usually has longer grass and it's not the Belsha yard. You know, it's possible that when we went, we wrote the wrong numbers down, you know. I don't know what the process is of how you send somebody to go to, easy for somebody to write down 268 and it was 263 or something, something sloppy hand.
No, I'm 100% positive of the address, yeah. I go out twice to confirm it.
I'll work to
Okay,
verify.
well, either way, that's not correct. Another one needs to be, so if that, I guess get that one corrected and put it on November's meeting or on December's meeting. I don't even know.
The November list for December, I understand.
Correct, correct. And then add 301 Melton to that one.
And I guess I just had a question on that one, because Joe, I'm looking at the email, and I did reply to you,
Yeah.
and I said, there's nowhere in Indiana code or town code that permits us to record a lien for the fine. We have to pursue a judgment lien through the courts. So I don't know what the question is, if you're wanting cause this is the lien list, right?
So you're saying not the $50 fine, but the $23.55 for the service of mowing the grass?
I'm
is
not, I'm
needed?
talking, I'm sorry, I'm talking about 301 Milton
Oh,
Road
sorry.
now. The order to repair or rehabilitate.
Mhm.
Cause you sent that revised letter out to the MDK property, Matthew Knez, correct?
Yeah, I sent that out to all 5 addresses that I found listed for him. The Florida ones are the ones that we got returned and signed.
Okay. So, I
Bless
don't
you.
know
Bless you.
what the question was then.
Can you lien a fine if it's an unpaid fine? I feel like you can lien services, like mowing the grass, cause it's in the code, but
Can't be the
I
right
don't,
name with that
No,
address,
okay.
because the
Lien
Belchers live
unpaid
on the
fines.
same side of the road that I live on,
Well,
and that's a,
can
That's
we
on-
lien the property because he's not
Yeah.
complying with repairing it and rehabilitating it?
Then you would have to, if you,
cleaned it up for
it's
him.
directly across the street.
Be very
It's
costly.
Directly across.
I know,
the
that's
street.
what I'm
But
saying.
yeah.
Clicked it wrong.
But that's what I was talking about before we started, that they had the whole plant wrong when we first started building in that subdivision. That
I
was
think,
long.
Nick, maybe we need to look into what can we lien and what can't we. I know in the past, I mean, obviously,
There is a document in the folder that lays out the process, I can verify it. for you
but
for next
can,
time.
so I guess the question though is if we find someone, something, and they don't pay it, can we lien that?
Or would we have to notify them so many times?
Or is that something that's not, you wouldn't lien? Do you know what I'm saying? You would,
I think you would, but I guess we'd have to go look at that document and verify that.
Mhm.
Alright, I'll figure this one out and bring it for December.
Okay.
Okay. So do we move forward with this, the Sisk property? The 292 Hagland? Or do we wanna look into things first?
Well, this fine, what's on this paper's already been brought to the, county recorder?
No.
No, this
We-
hasn't.
we
Do
wait
that
for-
with- I can do that with your permission.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the 292 Hagland Road, I know it says that the fine has not been paid, but has the, property been cleaned up?
No, they basically just took everything and shoved it in the backyard.
So they have met town code requirements?
Yes or no?
Not really, no, like I said,
I
they
mean,
just
it's
took
a yes.
everything, they took everything and they just shoved it in the backyard.
But is it in violation in the
Well, yeah.
backyard?
Yeah, it's,
Because we can see it, but what if they had a fence back there, because then we couldn't see it.
right, but they don't have a fence.
So then that means that there's another fine coming for them?
Yeah, we can issue a fine for a second offense or not, an ongoing violation, yeah.
How much does the fine increase every time we add a new penalty to it? Is it $50? Is it monthly? Is it weekly?
I'll have to look that up to be 100% sure first.
And then is there a cap on how much we can impose?
I'm sure there is, again, I'll have to look that up though, to be certain of it.
Okay, so can we table both of these until we know all of the information?
Right, to go back to what Tony said on thinking about what things we can lean and what
Well,
things we can't.
And I'm,
if-
I'm looking at what Nick put in there, and I'm reading that it can't be liened until 90 days has passed. Until they've been due and unpaid for at least 90 days to start with. And then once you lien them, we cannot collect it if they came in to pay. The only way that that money can be collected, it appears, is through, the county treasurer, when they would collect any unpaid taxes.
And that's what I wonder, if they're not resolving the issue that they received a fine for, do we fine them to where we could not fine them anymore and then lien? If we lien, can we fine them again for the same thing if they already have a lien?
Or are you saying impose as many fines as you can until we can't and then put a lien on it?
After 90 days.
After 90 days, like whatever that cap would be, you know, if they're not doing anything about it. I mean, if they have, within that 90 days, if like you said, they just kind of put a bow on the garbage, you know, then wouldn't you want to, the goal here is to get it cleaned up, not to make money, you know. Making money, of course, is what we have to do to pay all the people who are talking about it and spending time trying to get the issue resolved, of course. But is putting a lien on something at a low amount worth it if the problem isn't getting resolved, when you can impose more fines, and hopefully that would be more motivation to get them to do something?
Okay.
If those are the right words to use, without sounding like a jerk.
Alright, so I say we hold off on these liens and
Until
table
we
them
get a better
for
understanding of
December.
of what the right steps are to get to the lien, and what the
Correct.
steps are after you put the lien on. You know, what do we do about the garbage that's still all over the property? Like that's the concern. How do we fix?
I'm just concerned about the process, like I said, reading
Right.
this, it needs to be, delinquent at least 90 days before you do that, but I feel like in the past, do you send them notice that they're going to be liened? I feel like,
That's for water shutoffs, I think.
yeah, I know that, but,
I feel like I'm remembering a mowing in the last couple of years that we did send a letter out before we
In the
leave.
letters that I send out, I mention it, so they're aware of it. That if it's not paid by a certain date, then further legal action, like liens, could happen, so I do have those in my office to make copies.
Okay.
and then when the town would do that, are they then notified that your property has been liened, or they just find out about it when they pay their taxes? Cause I guess I'm going along like the same thing with Roseanne, if the goal is to get it cleaned up, I mean, if we're doing it and they're not notified, then, I don't know.
Well, like I
Well,
said,
and
I
we
send
put
a
it-
letter out and it tells them by a certain date if this isn't paid.
Sure, and I think
I
though that if
understand.
we then do that, they should be notified that their property has a lien on it, and I doubt the county does that.
But say we put a lien on it and they still don't do it. Like,
No, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know, I guess maybe I just feel like there's some gaps in the process.
Right.
oh, I also 1,000,000% agree there's gaps in the process and the end goal is for them to clean it up. But what can we do if we do all the things and they still do not clean it up?
Right, we have the ability to go mow, but we're not gonna go.
We're not gonna go clean up.
trash.
Nor should we have to.
Clear. Right.
So we do all this, they still don't do it. Can we repeat the process? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be further discussion.
I mean, it does say that it is collected at the next, it says on here, a list of unpaid liens for collection with the next May installment of property taxes. So I guess it would be collected.
It just shows up as a delinquent, it shows up as a property tax fee.
still have to notify the county recorder before any of this would go into motion.
So we're tabling it
Till
for,
next month, and then get ready to work.
I'll figure out the name too on that one.
Alright, Brandon.
Just a couple things here. Our fall street sweeping was a success, even though the schedule was thrown off by our late delivery, so we were able to get that done. I wanna state that our last brush pickup date will be on Monday, November 17th. We were unable to do it this Monday due to the weather. And that'll be our last one of the year. Our leaf program has started, and we will be picking up leaves Mondays and Tuesdays until most of the leaves have fallen, starting November 17th again. We couldn't do it this week due to the snow. I just want to remind everybody just to keep the leaves clear of any brush, grass, or any other debris. We do not pick up any grass clippings or leaf piles with debris mixed. It's bad for our equipment. So I just want to make that a reminder for everybody.
Brandon, as far as, sorry to interrupt, as far as the brush cleaning, you said that because we couldn't do it this week and then next week is the last week. If we did
If there's an abundant, yeah, we'll go out again because
I mean, it's gonna
obviously
be like
people.
summer this weekend, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so we
but,
might have some more trees
We
out.
might have just one last one, but
Okay.
yeah.
I just, from everything getting, who knows if people are gonna have time to go chunk through the mud and get all
Yeah,
the.
the snow kind of put a damper on all of our operations.
Okay,
But,
just wanna make sure if we don't
yeah,
get through that we
absolutely.
have time and.
We're here to serve the public and get their stuff taken care of. So, we survived the first snow of the year. It was a little rough that night and day, but we survived. I just want to thank everybody for the patience. It was kind of a lot of snow in a short amount of time. I want to remind the public that if there is more than 2 inches of snow on the roadways, they need to be off the roadways. We do have them posted on metal steel signs in all the neighborhoods. It's just important for us because we can't go curb to curb. And an issue is if people are parked on the side of the road, I've had a couple people ask, hey, I can't park in front of my roadway, but yet other people are parked there. We can't push that snow anywhere else because now there's new cars and it just messes up the next neighbor, So, and it's really, really hard on our equipment because as it ices over throughout the night, it's so hard to move. So we try to make sure everybody can just stay off the streets. And I know over the past years we've put out orange signs. I think in our code book, they want me to put a sign every 300 feet. Well, that's a football field, and a lot of these streets aren't big enough. But people just park where the sign's not.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we need to have a discussion later on about do we put citations out? Do we ticket warnings? Something, because a lot of these residents don't do it.
no, and speaking from experience in a car that did not belong to me and then my driveway does not
I have
get
the same issue at my
plowed.
home too, yeah.
My cars are in my driveway and it's infuriating.
And a lot of these cars parked on the road, their driveways are clear.
Oh,
And then there's
yes.
people who, they throw the snow out in the road and they just watch us hoping we come by again. It's like, we have other places to go.
8 years
gotta
of
keep
it,
moving.
yes,
There's
so
only 3 of us,
impose all of the things.
so maybe that's something we can discuss
If you
later
can't
on.
get down a road though, do you just skip it?
Sometimes they're parked on both
Right,
sides.
so you skip
And
it.
I don't want my guys or me to get, we shouldn't have to do that. That is, so
Yeah.
we try our best to get what we can.
Salt Creek is a real problem because the cars are parked, Salt Creek is not a double wide road.
No,
And people are parking on the west side of the street, and after they finally moved their cars, 2 of them, you were able to plow some of them, but once that plow goes by there, with with the car there and the
Right.
snow, we couldn't even
like
get
Village
into our
Squares
driveway.
at that area. And what,
So
I
I
mean, are we to just keep coming out every time someone
No, I
moves
don't
their
think
car?
so.
I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
a lot to do.
we should work with the police department on getting,
Maybe
warning
come up
more
with a plan.
get these cars cited, Jeremy, we have to.
I mean, we can issue $10 tickets all day long. I
Is
mean,
that
they're
something
they're
you can
$10. The last time we wrote them, I know this council wasn't all here.
I can
Um,
speak to it if you want.
Somebody came in and they decided to complain, so after we went through this whole spiel, one of my officers gets chewed out by the homeowner, then that council at that time dismissed the ticket. So if we're gonna enforce something,
It
we
needs
need to go
enforced
full
all the way
bore
around.
then,
I
just
think,
like
I
other
think the
commu-
council has got no I personally do not have as a
Okay,
council.
but it still
I don't
doesn't
need
solve a problem, so we issue a $10 ticket, they don't have to move the car. There's nothing, they have 24 to 48 hours per our code to move it
24
afterwards.
hours, you know?
Well, that doesn't solve this problem.
No.
So if this is that big of a problem, you wanna solve it, then we need to write an ordinance that just says that, hey, if we attempt to make contact and we can't reach the owner, that we're just gonna tell it. We wouldn't be the first community to do it, everybody else is doing it around us,
Yes, they are.
just tow their cars.
I can tell you Portage.
That's
gives
gonna
you
fix the problem
3
because the car's
hours.
not gonna be there.
Yeah,
Well, that's fine.
We were knocked on in Portage for a vehicle that was not ours when we lived there. They said they have 3 hours.
We
And
used to,
sure enough, they came back in 3 hours and towed that car.
Hobart used to tow 20+ cars a night for
Mhm.
snow violations.
I mean, I
So-
think people are gonna complain if we don't clear the streets, obviously, but if we can't physically clear the streets because they won't take their vehicles off the street,
yeah, and the temperatures aren't -10 right now, but when they do, when there's snow, that snow ain't moving if it's been sitting there. And it's not right for our equipment to be damaged because, you know, there was ample amount of warnings for the snow coming, they've been in the region for long enough.
So we need an ordinance, a new ordinance.
I think so, whether raise the fine, start towing, they'll start understanding, I would imagine. But there was a lot of cars out there. And,
and it's not like we weren't forewarned about
yeah,
this.
there was plenty of warning, I mean,
We all
Right,
unfortunately knew it was
wasn't a
coming.
surprise.
no, not a surprise.
Everyone knew we weren't going to school
right.
on Monday.
Also,
Except Dudeland.
mailbox damage and repairs, I asked that if there's any damages that, and if we get, I would like them to call town hall or reach out to the street department, and we'll be more than welcome to fix it and replace it. We
Did
have
you guys go running them
mailboxes.
over?
No, the
Oh.
snow's so heavy
Did it?
that it'll topple mailboxes like that.
Okay.
And during whiteouts, it's rough. Yeah,
I mean, what?
Oh my god.
not even hit them, like just the
I've
snow
got one,
flinging
I'm not
will
even
knock.
playing. Mike's lived down in Portage.
Okay.
Hit a mailbox, please raise your hand.
Right.
But we will repair them and replace them if possible. We'll label them with the numbers to the address and all that. Just, I asked the public to reach out to us if they have
Yeah,
a damaged
I
mailbox.
think you guys put something on social media, just call the street department and let them know.
Yeah. Other than that, we're good. That's all I have.
I just wanna thank the street department for doing a hell of a job
Thank you.
on a double storm that they hit the first one of the season, so thank you for all your,
It was rough, thanks.
Hopefully we don't have any more for a while.
hopefully that's our winter, and we're done.
Oh, no, come on. Somebody has.
I'm not gonna.
I think like December
I like it
23rd
if
to
it stays
27th.
for days now.
If it's gonna snow, let it snow.
Right,
Just melt.
Right.
Jeremy?
Oh, hold on, I
Oh,
bring
sorry.
street signs, did I see a PO for those, are you starting to replace them?
Yeah, I just wanna get some new posts and hardware, different ways to put signs in.
Were you talking about the like street signs, the placards themselves?
No, that's gonna be a whole new
Okay, I saw
different
a PO in
thing,
there
possibly
for
next
that.
year, cause I know some of these new street signs that were put up, the white small ones,
Uh-huh,
they're not even up to code,
okay.
so that's gonna be a whole caboodle next year, I think.
There was a question on a PO for lights and stuff that was put on a vehicle in there for $3,000 or $4,000.
It was.
I don't know what the total.
No, it was
amount
less than
right
that, but, our truck was wired up with lights in-house, and there's just a lot of faults happening with the radio communication. Lights are flashing red and blue, and those, we don't wanna throw off those colors out on the street, so it was a PO to have, Bartronics
Correct.
go through it and fix it,
Okay,
so,
thank you for that update.
absolutely. And also, Tony, I reached out to 5 companies about flooring, painting. 4 of them came in and took measurements. I've received one quote so far, so as soon as I
Yeah.
get those in,
Cool,
I will let you know.
thank you.
Yes.
One other thing that was on your list, I know you didn't get to it, is about the lighting in Harbor Way.
Oh, the village?
Village.
Yeah, I have to, I'm gonna get with Greg, the electrician that I work with, and we're
See
gonna
if he can figure.
go through them and just see what actually needs to be done, and that's just a complete mystery, but we're gonna work on it.
Alright, thank you.
Anybody else? Jeremy?
First thing is all the events. Halloween, we had 4 officers out. We didn't have any reported issues. Trick or treat went well. The Graph, Ford, Toyota, Chevy, Kia trunk or treat that was on the 29th. We had 2 officers working security there. We also didn't have any issues as far as pedestrians crossing across US Highway 20 during that event. I also attended the grand opening for Taco Bell that I was invited to on October 28th as well. On October 1st, we had hired a new part-timer, Officer Joe Creed. He's a full-time officer with the Porter Police Department. He's fitting in well and already working shifts for us. And then Officer Dathan Bennett, his field training is complete with, I guess, a little asterisk that he's not certified in standardized field sobriety, which he'll get in the academy. He is registered for the academy to begin on January 19th. And we also have a potential sponsorship for another officer that potentially could be a part-timer. If we were to sponsor this individual, his name is Alex Miles, he wouldn't be at any cost to the town. Just that in order to attend the police academy, somebody has to at least have a minimum have a sponsorship. He'd be paying his own way. So that's a possibility as well. Other than that, I got nothing.
During the snowstorm, our deputy clerk lost her keys out back.
Yeah.
I'd just like to thank Jeremy for taking the time, hours looking for those keys. A day later, he found them. So
Is this the
After Brandon pushed them into a snow pile somewhere probably. Thank you for risking your life.
If you were me watching out of the fire department, the police chief leaf blowing the snow in the parking lot.
looking
No,
for
you should have videoed it
I'm going-
and then
We have
live streamed
cameras
for us.
Maybe.
But he found these keys and he saved Maddie.
Is this the
So-
first time you've thanked them, or just for this?
This is the first time I thanked him for this.
Good job. Good job.
Oh, maybe. Alright. Oh, Ryan, did you find keys?
I did not. I did find the trunk or treat at Graff also. We did send out 4 patrol vehicles or fire vehicles for Halloween Boo Patrol. And we had a total of 9 firemen out that night. I skipped the Taco Bell grand opening because I go there enough on the other days. And
They already know you by name. Hey, it's
They
that
were
guy with the
given-
mustache.
they were giving out
Bam.
Sorry.
Stash is
I
gonna.
got 7 free coffee cups.
Oh, you kept taking them?
That you really need.
The firehouse
Okay.
acquired 7 new coffee cups.
Thought you meant
I-
like for your own personal use.
He's got him hanging under the
I was
bed.
finally like, I've already got 2 at home. These things for somebody else.
31 calls of service last month, so we average about 1 a day. Nothing else on that note. I did want to say that the fire department applied for and was awarded a $2,500 grant from Indiana Homeland Security for either the replacement of an AED or AED parts. And I know in 2027 we're going to have a problem when all of these AEDs that the town currently has come to end of life cycle. We recently were contacted by the park department because they had an AED beeping in their building, and it was determined that it was a bad battery. The batteries do end up going bad. And I had a spare battery on at the fire station that we were able to swap it out with. Now we're not 100% sure how we're going to spend the funds. We can buy 1 brand new AED, or we can buy 2 refurbished AEDs, or I can buy new pads because the pads expire, or we can stock up on some batteries. So we have some options there. Wanted to discuss the ambulance a little bit. Tony, I don't know if you wanted to.
I mentioned last month, you weren't here, I had talked to the council about the potential that someone was interested in it. And so obviously we were waiting, and that's why I reached out to you. You haven't had any contact.
I made contact today
Okay.
after several attempts with no response. I just wanted to make sure before tonight, and I never received anything back from him. And I needed to ask you because I gave this gentleman, who is the EMS director for Wheatfield, your guys' contact address for the town, my email, and I haven't received anything. I wanted to make sure you guys didn't receive anything because down there, Wheatfield EMS protects 3 different townships. So their funding comes from multiple entities. So it can get a little bit tricky. An ambulance like ours, brand new today, is $300,000+. So there is a market. There is also another interest in it from a different government entity next door. So I don't know exactly how to approach it for the future. If somebody does want to pull the trigger and make an offer, I'd like it to come sooner than later so we could either move on it as. But that brought up my next part. Couts Fire Department has a walk-in rescue truck that they want to get rid of. That would be perfect. I just need to get rid of the ambulance and possibly our medium-sized rescue truck to acquire that. They're asking $60,000 for this truck and it's perfect. But I haven't gone and looked at it. I got 100 pictures from them today. But I am extremely interested because it would give us our dive team members exactly what the ambulance can do, but it would also eliminate our 30-year-old truck that we got acquired from Chesterton. And we can get the 2 birds with 1 stone. So there is some more options.
So wait out the end of the year?
Let's do that, if you guys are okay with that.
Is there any advertisement out about the ambulance right now, anywhere?
No, and I haven't been pursuing any type.
Right.
And I think if I actively went into that mode,
That's what I think we should do, try it till the end of the year and see if we get any response, but at least put something out there on Facebook or whatever that's available, and maybe you'll get
Well,
some.
we'd have to do we can't just do that, can we? Do we
no.
have to?
So the way I would approach it would be ambulance services that are governed by a town, city, or township. That would be my first go.
Like reach out to them personally?
Yeah, because that way the towns or city in town or township in town can draft a resolution to make that type of deal happen. Because my understanding is we only have 3 options on moving away from the vehicle. One is trading them in. 2, we could go to auction, or you guys draft a resolution between the entities.
And I know we've previously tried the auction avenue.
Yeah.
The vehicle I'm really interested in has what I asked for on my wish list item this year already on the vehicle. And that's $25,000 right there. So, and I'm not saying that was gonna happen, but it's a wish list item that we could check off if we acquire this. Other than that, I don't have anything else to
So you have contacts that you want to reach out, or you want, okay.
yeah, absolutely. I haven't been actively doing it because I just have the goal of converting the ambulance into a dive rescue vehicle.
Now that that's changed, if you keep us in the loop of who we've reached out to, so we can kind of get a feel of what's coming up for December, hopefully we can make a decision on that.
So,
Alright, sanitation, Brandon, back to you.
I will have a full report on next week's meeting, but right now, there were some issues, at certain lift stations, but everything is working as it should, and things are flowing.
Is that why there was lack of water pressure on,
No, that has nothing to do with the sanitation.
they said it was from us all the way into Portage,
I didn't have a problem.
Mm-mm.
which is insane.
You buy that insurance
Yeah,
that they
that's
sell.
not us.
I've heard nothing about
I have no
dropping
idea
the
what you're
water
talking
pressure,
about.
it wouldn't come from our sanitation system.
Your house, maybe?
Our house, Carnahan's, like, and then people all the way down to Portage.
Well, it skipped to 219, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I have no problem.
Portage had a water main break
Yeah.
on Central.
Yeah, that's kinda far though.
But that's really far
Yeah.
to hit all.
And to tell you the truth, we have a monster water main that runs up 149 that feeds the county.
Yeah.
So for us to have a significant water pressure drop, it would have to be a big event.
You should get your house checked.
Maybe it's just my whole top.
It's an old one.
Park board, Kyla.
Hello, everybody. I just got a couple of things. The park would like to thank the council for assisting with our furnace. Everything is up and running. Also, on behalf of the park board, we would like to request permission to place a donation box inside the town hall to collect non-perishable food items for our community micro pantry. We appreciate the council's consideration of this request and are happy to answer any questions.
So regarding that, we've been talking in the talks about starting a food drive here for November, December, here at the, and help fill the micro pantry and have food here.
Oh, okay.
So
So
that's
is
later
this
on down
something- So the,
on the agenda.
yeah, unfortunately, I'm not gonna be here for that, so can we circle to that right now?
It's already approved, the flyers are out, there's a box in the hallway.
Done.
Oh,
So we're already collecting food here, but
Yes.
okay,
we will share with the micro pantry.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. RDC.
We had a really short, fast, quick meeting for the RDC. Things are moving, things are shaking. That's about all I have.
All right. No correspondence?
Nope.
All right, resolution 2025-19. Do you need it?
I do need it. I have paper somewhere.
We pass these down. The whole pile's there.
Alright. I need to get my glasses. Resolution 2025-19, Town of Burns Harbor Appropriations Transfer. Be hereby resolved, Town Council. Good night, Colin. Be hereby resolved, the Town Council of the Town of Burns Harbor, Porter County, Indiana, that the following transfers of funds be made from the 2025 budget. Sewage utility, $7,740.21 from Secretary Clerk, 12-102 into Superintendent, 12-111. $11,757.60 from part-time, 12-115 into labor, 12-113. $5,159.17 from overtime, 12-116 into labor, 12-113. $1,000 from longevity, 12-122 into freight, 12-321. $270 from longevity, 12-122 into cell phone, 12-128. $300 from furniture and fixtures, 12-441 into Medicare, 12-126. $390 from furniture and fixtures, 12-441 into cell phone, 12-128. $4,500 from operating wastewater treatment, 12-355 into repair parts, 12-236. $500 from other materials, 12-237 into other supplies, 12-243. $4,310 from furniture and fixtures, 12-441 into engineering services, 12-315. And $20,000 from miscellaneous services, 12-392 into engineering services, 12-315. Passed and adopted this 12th day of November 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please. When you're ready.
Sorry, just 1 second. Councilwoman Biancardi,
Yes.
Councilman McGraw,
Yes.
Councilwoman Drapes,
Yes.
Councilwoman Jose,
Yes.
and Councilwoman McCark.
Yes.
Right.
you're waiting on me, sorry. I was waiting for you to continue reading.
I'm sorry, no, I'm
Resolution 2025-20, sorry.
It's okay,
I was
I
like, it was like the 22nd of Twilight Zone.
Just
You're just looking down and he's just looking at you.
did for you. Alright. Resolution 2025-20, Town of Burns Harbor appropriations transfer. Be it hereby resolved, the Town Council of the Town of Burns Harbor, Porter County, Indiana, that the following transfers of funds be made from the 2025 budget. General maintenance, $700 from part-time laborer 3-113 into clerk 3-114, 600. So all of these are going to be out of part-time labor 3-113. 600 into equipment operator 3-117, 700 into perf 3-127, 1200 into office supplies 3-213, 700 into other supplies 3-243, 1200 into uniforms 3-244, 150 into rentals 3-371, 1800 into furniture and fixtures 3-441, and 200 into other equipment 3-444. And from motor vehicle highway 5,000 from street lights 6-354 into miscellaneous services 6-392, passed and adopted this 12th day of November 2025.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Roll call when you're ready.
Councilwoman Biancardi,
Yes.
Councilwoman McGraw,
Yes.
Councilwoman Draves,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
and Councilwoman McCarthy.
Yes. Resolution 2025-21.
Town of Burns Harbor appropriations transfer, be it hereby resolved, the Town Council of the Town of Burns Harbor, Porter County, Indiana, that the following transfers of funds be made from the 2025 budget. General building, $100 from miscellaneous services 5-112 into longevity 5-122, 400 from miscellaneous services 5-112 into health insurance 5-123, 1,000 from miscellaneous services 5-112 into telephone 5-323, 500 from office equipment 5-443 into office supplies 3-213, 150 from other equipment 5-444 into overtime 5-116, and $4,917.93 from general engineering services 1-315 into general building perf 5-127, passed and adopted this 12th day of November 2025.
So moved. Second.
Councilman Bozak, so if and we'll clean it up.
And stop to.
From the ordinance, that's fine, but the guy in February and
Reimbursing.
it's only reimbursed if they make reimbursement.
I just did into that, I mean, you know, if someone needs. I just did into that, I mean, you know, if someone needs.
I believe it does.
And it specifically says January 1 and July 1st.
Mhm.